In this week's Parsha, we are told that Yaakov loved Esav, Kitzayed Bifiv, because as a hunter, Esav's food was in Yaakov's mouth. The Midrash tells us that what that really means is that Esav was able to convince Yaakov with very penetrating questions that he really cared about Judaism. One of the questions he would ask is how to take maaser from straw. And another question he asks is how to take maaser from salt. Maaser is the taking of 10% of something for the purposes of giving it away, dedicating it to something holy. But these seemingly penetrating questions that Esav asks are actually quite silly, because straw and salt are things from which maaser is not taken. In fact, he's really asking these questions because he doesn't care about Judaism. He doesn't care about Torah. Says Rav Zevin, he chose these particular items of straw and salt because of their symbolism. Salt is something that improves food and is used in almost every recipe. It's a preservative. It enhances the flavor. It can make something that would ordinarily last just a little while, like a cucumber, can last much longer when it's pickled in salt. Whereas straw is hardly used in the kitchen at all nowadays. It has hardly any use in food production or manufacture. So that's really what he was asking. He was really saying, I want to marinate, I want to use things that I shouldn't use and incorporate that into my Judaism. And I want to ignore things that are part of Judaism, and I want to not think about them. What he was really saying is that he's a nihilist, just like many people, unfortunately, nowadays, who don't care about things that are important and care very much about things that are completely unimportant. And they want to incorporate that into Judaism. But that's not really what Judaism is. Judaism is our connection to Hashem, our connection to Torah and our mitzvot. And anything else, anything outside of that, is literally supposed to stay outside of that. And anything that's within Torah and mitzvot should never be diminished, should never be taken away, should never leave our sight, should always stay and preserve our Judaism correctly. The permanence with which we keep the mitzvot creates the permanence with which our connection to Hashem is established and maintained. Shabbat Shalom.